Jesus, oh yeah, Tema, oh Jesus, oh Jesus, oh yeah, Tema, yeah. All right, so learn this very well and it's going to help you how to tune the keyboard. Now, you are playing on F, and when it happens that you have to change, what do you call it? You have to play on a higher key. Maybe you are transposing and you got A like I'm playing, right? Yes, and it is too soft. Like when you get to the key, this is how it sounds. So you want some a little bass. You want something like a small bass to come into your play, but it's just coming this way, right? Or when how to tune the keyboard when it comes to higher keys or very low pitches, very low keys. Now, when you are playing on a key like this, a key like F, from F downwards, you don't have a problem because certainly it has the bass and everything that you're looking for, like this. Right, when you come to my E, that is -1, you get this. Please watch this carefully. So you certainly have the bass that you are looking for, downwards -2. You see, you have it downwards, even on C -5. So what happens if you have to play a key, let's say above F sharp, because this is F sharp, this is how it sounds. And you really want to play bass, like you really want to hear the bass, but you are playing on F sharp. How do you tune that when it becomes so like small? So especially when you are playing praises, I'll get there, right? This is what you do. There are 3 things I'm going to teach you, and please take it very serious for me. So you have your strings. Let's say you have your strings, and the person is singing on G sharp. That is +3. You too, you want to play bass. You want to hear the bass in. This is the first thing that you have to do. You see, F is 0, right? When it comes to transposing, right? Yes, F is 0. So for you to be able to play the keys very well, F is 0, and when you count forward, +1, +2, +3 is G sharp or A flat. +1, 0, 1, 0, +0, +1, +2, +3 is G sharp, right? So when you get it this way, you can get G sharp on +3. That is this, or you can count it backwards. That is 0, and when you go backwards, it's minus. So 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. Do you get it? That is when you are coming backwards, it's minus. So you get the same G sharp here is -9, and it applies to all of the keys. You can count forward since F is 0. Yes. You can count forward or you can count backwards. Any of them that you choose to do, depend on the key, how low and how high you want the key to be. So instead of +3, you can also play -9. So this is how -9 really sounds. So some people may choose this because of the bass, but me, I may choose +3. That is this. Right. And so if you really want to do that, if you want to choose +3, now the first thing is that you can choose the lower octave or the upper octave. Let's say it is the key 2 is like this. The key 2 is B flat. That is +5. And you want to play bass. The key 2 is +5. You want to play bass. You can count backwards. -1. You can see 0, +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. So +5 is like this. That is B flat. Then you can stay on the F. You can count backwards. That is 0 on F. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 4. And minus 1, 0 is F. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. See, so B flat will certainly be minus 7 because this is B flat when you count backwards. So you can choose to play minus 7 if you really want the bass. And I think this is okay. Depends on the key. So it depends on the key. The higher the key goes, that is the lower, what do you call it? The left side or the negative side goes, right? So, or let's say, so this is it. So B flat, then you get the, you get it like this. You can choose this. When you get B, that is this key, and you want to play +6. You can't get the bass that you are looking for. So instead of playing +6, you can play -6, and that would be very okay. Very okay. So minus that is because +6 is here. Let's say this is B. So F is 0, +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6 in here. Pastor, what you say? Now the +6 is too harsh, and like you don't get the amount of bass that we want. So we rather count back 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. We get the same -6. That is B. So -6 will sound like this. So B is very okay. That is -6. The same applies to C. This is C. F 0. Please, are you following what I'm teaching? F is 0. It is really important. +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6, +7. Let's see +7 on C. Instead of playing +7, you can play just minus. Let's count backwards. 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 is C, right? But when you count here is 7. When you count minus is 5. That is 0, +1, +2, +3, +4, +4, 0, 0, +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, +6, +7 is C. When you come here, because this is C, the first white of the two black keys is C. When you want the same C here, when you are standing on F0, it will be 0, right? The same here, the same 0, -1, 0, the same 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So instead of playing this, let's play -5. That is the minus type. So it depends on the key. The first thing you have to do is know how to choose when you are transposing. After finding the key, when you come and stand on the F, when you find the key and it is above G, or it's above, let's say, G sharp, even if it's A, I would advise you count it. You go and look for it on the lower side. That is on the minus side, because you find the same key here. Then you transpose on the minus rather than the plus, because you won't get the amount of bass unless you want to play hot strings. That is, you want to play like strings with only highs. You don't want the bass because maybe somebody is playing the bass guitar for you. That one you can transpose plus. You can transpose on the plus when you get above A. When you get above A, you can transpose on plus. Yes, when you get above A. But when that is +4, you can transpose on +5, +6, +7. When somebody is playing bass and you don't want the bass at all. But if you want bass, even if somebody is playing bass, you have to transpose on the left side. That is minus. Count it on the minus as I'm doing it. So instead of -7, we have transposing on -5. And this is how you get it. The same CO. bass that you are looking for. Now, they are still on the number 1. We are still on the number 1. And this is on praises too. Let's say you are playing praises and you have to transpose to 4 plus 4 because you get the key on A. So you want to transpose to 4 because this is A. 0, F is 0. So 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So let's see how plus 4, that is A will sound. So do me wamati pachi me. Right? You see, this is so light, right? And we want to have some more bass. So simply, instead of we playing A like this, you can choose to play instead of plus 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8. It is also A. So you can choose to play minus 8. Let's see what it does. This one too is, you say that it's too basic. Now, so the first option is there. It is very correct and very perfect. You can choose the lower octave of the key. That is, if it's A instead of, or if it's B flat instead of plus 5, you can choose minus 7. Yes, but if it falls below B flat, and maybe if it falls below B flat, let's say it's A. Please take note of this very well. If it is A and you say you want to play minus 8, it will be too full of bass too. And if it's G sharp, that is A flat, or this one G sharp. Oh yes, and you want this one, you want to play it on minus 9 instead of plus 3. It will also bass, full of bass. So you can only apply the first principle when the key goes above A. That is from B flat instead of plus 5. You can play minus 7 and it is okay. The bass will not be too much, right? So it's the first principle. That is, instead of playing the plus, you play the minus. That is, instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you play, instead of transposing it to plus 5, you transpose it to 0, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You transpose it here. That only applies to B flat. Yes, that only applies to keys above, like, let's say, B flat, B, C. Yes, those keys. B flat, B, and C. That one you can play the lower octave. That is, instead of plus 5, you can place minus 7. Instead of plus 6, you can place minus 6. Instead of plus 7, you can place minus 5. You can play minus 5. And that would be very okay. But when it goes to this one too, instead of plus 8, you can play minus 4. Yes, I hope you know that. Yes, plus 9. You can play minus 3. Please do get it, because the same thing is here. So if you want to transpose it here and it becomes so light, then transpose it on the minus side. You get that is, but that only affects keys above A. That is from B flat going. When you find yourself in A, as I'm finding myself, what do you have to do? Now watch this. This is the octave. The second rule is applying the octaves. This is the octave. So you get A like this. You play the minus 4. You play the plus 4 because that is quite moderate. So instead of you getting A, when you get A like this, you transpose it to plus 4 when it's praise or whatever worship. But so 0 minus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 0, 0. Then you this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, right? So after you getting it that way, this is what you supposed to do. After you got it that way, this is what you're supposed to do. Very, very simple, right? Very, very simple. So this is what you're supposed to do. After I got it this way, now the plus 4. You get it? Yes. So after you maintain, the second rule is that you maintain the upper octave, that is the high note. When it's, and the second rule applies to the keys below B flat. Below B flat. That is A, G sharp, G, and those stuffs going. So let's take A. Then you go to settings. With the settings, right? With the settings, instead of you press functions, you go to M octave. That is the tone that you're using. So instead of zero, the octave you playing or a 0 on octave. When you are playing it here, you can play -1, right? -1. So me, I shifted the octaves, like I shifted it from this point because I'm playing praises and I want to have all these plays as bass guitar. So I shifted it with the split point. That is here, this split point. This split point. Let me teach you that, and I carry on my lesson. So this is a full lesson, right? So with the split point, please take your time and watch this, and it's going to help you a lot. The split point is, you can use these categories to watch for look for that. So the split point near the transpose, that is split point. It is 68. You meet it at 57, meaning that it can play only here. You see, it can play only here. Then the here will be called. So with this, right? With this, you can play the bass only here and you play the chord here. But I want to shift it here. So when you want to shift your praises, mostly I shift it here to this point. I shift it to 68. That is, it will be here. So the bass will come out when I shift it to 68, or when I set it to 68, it will just cover all this place. So my chord will start from this place so that I can hear all bass. This is the second thing that you have to do. This is the second thing you have to do. You can then, with the M octave, that is the main octave, instead of 0, you go to the M octave. Instead of 0, you come to -1. So you are playing what you would have played originally here, right? And you get your bass, the upper octave for the bass and the lower octave, right? Yeah, so that is the split point. But with strings, you don't add any bass, or if you don't want to add bass, you apply the split point. If you don't want to add any bass on the strings, you just leave it like that. You just let your M octave become -1. And if the -1 to the key is too high, so it's A and the key is too high, and you want to affect it when it praises, you just come to the M octave, -2. Then you go to the D, that is the dual 2, minus, right? That's -2. So you get things like this. So you see, so if it were to be here, maybe if you like playing praises at this point, you just make it -1, right? And because it's here, coming here alone is -1, and adding up to the tone because it's too high is another -1 octave. The more the octave goes minus, the more the octave goes minus, the more it becomes too deep in bass. Do you get it? Yes. So this is another rule, right? So the octave, you affect it with the octave, or you can, when you get A, you can just set the split point up to 68, and the split point setting it, I already taught you. You press on the function, and you press once on the functions, then you use this to search for it. You go and meet split point. This is it. Yeah, I got you here, I get you here. Split point, right? Then you set it to 68. It will just, then your bass, that is the split. Now, when you want to change the what do you call it? The bass, the quality of the bass, or in the chords, you want to change the quality of the bass in the chords. It affects everybody, including this. It affects every tone, including the split. So split to, you get your split octave on -1. Anytime you want to bring your split point on 68, make sure your split octave is on -1. It's on minus what? -1. God bless you, sir. Yeah, God bless you. So, do you get it now? So you can maintain even the A, just the 0 or -1. When you play here -1, but when you are playing here, it's the octave should be my M octave should be 0. Yes, but I prefer here because this is where I want to play praises very well, and I get all this place as my bass simply by turning my split point to 68 and my split octave, that is the S octave, to -1. So try that. So the A cry is okay. Maybe you are using it to back. So this is okay, right? Let's say when it's on B flat, it's also okay. B flat, that's +5, is also okay. When it's going to C, when it's going to B, because you have this, you can just play the bass here and use this to back. You see, then you get it correct. So you just come here once a while, then you go here. Yes, and this leads us to the third rule. That is the third rule. So you get it. So you can just, and if you see the key going upwards, that is maybe C, you can choose to play -5 instead of, that is, you apply the first rule, because the first rule says that with this from here, when you get the key upwards from here to here to here to this point, you can play minus on the octave. You can play minus on the transpose instead of playing plus, so that you get it. So instead of +7, you get a very thin or very what do you call it, soft chord. You get something that has bass, that is -5 instead of +7. The same applies to C sharp going, right? So don't forget the number 1, 2, the number 2, and the number 3. This is what you are going to do. Number 3, I'll just apply it on bass, on strings. So the number 3, maybe you get A. We are playing our strings on A, right? It's like this, +4. All that you have to do is to set your M octave, right? Your M octave on -1. If you are playing here -1, so your M octave will be on -1, right? -1. And your D, if you have a dual volume 2, it will also be on -1. A dual volume 2 will be also on -1, right? Yes. So you play it at this place, then this place is there. This whole place is there. Please, you get it? This whole place is there, right? This whole place is there. Then you're playing the chord here. It's the same thing. So you play, this is the third rule. When you want to maintain that high note, you play on the lower note and you play on the higher note too. So let's say Jesus. So Jesus. Whoa, yeah. Then I go and end at the lower. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So you see, so I play the bass side. I maintain the chord side when the key is high, when it comes to strings, or I play this one and I go and play the bass. I play it together. I move here, sometimes I move here, so that it will be combined and it will be very powerful. God bless you. I know this lesson is going to help you very much. I love you so much. God bless you.